right, welcome to another episode of Dead Air with your host Brian Holtzman. Thank God it's Tuesday. Redban on the producer board and working the wires and the just about anything that he does over there. I am very excited to be here today. Starting off on the right foot, I got some great guests today. I want to introduce them just quickly and briefly, but I am very excited. Ladies first, this is Rosie Tran. Hello, up? Rosie.
Hello.
Have we ever met in person?
I don't know.
I don't think so, Rosie.
Was that you outside my window last night?
No, I don't want to. The coronavirus is going pretty good, so we wanted to just be safe and err on caution, I think they say. So as soon as we, if it's okay, Rosie, we want to take your temperature just to make sure that.
Wait a minute. Let me see that. Is that an anal thermometer?
No. That's one you just stick in your mouth. And,
I don't know.
It's digital.
It says underarm, oral, or rectal use. This is not. The seal has been broken.
Oh wow.
Darren, would you do it?
No.
I
would do
broken.
one of those. I would do the underarm one. That's about it.
Oof. I don't know.
I don't know. Let me see if I don't think.
This does not look brand new at all.
You want to give it a try?
I might get corona from this thermometer.
It's probably made in China.
Do we have a thermometer condom?
Let me check. Yeah, do you have a thermometer
I got the directions.
Oh my God, made in China. I am not putting this in my mouth.
It's a trap.
It's a
Oh,
twap. This has corona on it. You're trying to give me corona.
Well, Don't you not insert that?
We'll take a chance. I think she looks
All
pretty.
right.
She looks pretty healthy to me, doesn't she, guys?
She doesn't look like she's running a
Oh, I
theater.
can breathe better now.
Oh wow. Well, thanks.
That was a lot of setup.
I know.
It would have been nice if you had taken your temperature, but we're not going to force anybody. You look healthy, and I'm satisfied. Brian, you can take your mask off. You did. And just everybody's just getting kind of nutty with this virus. We have, Rosie, and we have, introduce yourself.
Dan Madonia.
Did you forget Dan's name?
Dan Madonia.
Dan Madonia.
Now tell us. I thought your last name was a different last name.
It's not. So that's because my dad has a different last name, and my father is Eddie Brill, and his last name is not Madonia, but my name is Madonia.
Now, how did that happen?
I have a stepfather, and I took his name. I actually have lots of stepfathers at this point, but
Wow, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know why they call them stepfathers. Just call them fathers, because right away when you say stepmom or stepdad, it sets up for the hatred.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It sets up problems. Just call everybody mom and dad and leave out the step. It's like, and Darren Carter is here.
Thank you, Brian, for having me. I'm the host of the Pocket Party podcast, and I have my own YouTube channel, and I put up a video last night.
Wow, well, that's good. Where can they find it?
Little by little, go to YouTube, look up Darren Carter, you'll see it, and I appreciate all your fans and listeners.
And did you ever meet Rosie before?
Absolutely.
Darren and I
you
have
know
the-
Darren?
Darren
15,
and
20
I
years or
have
something,
known
right?
each other since I was a little tiny girl, and we
Yeah.
go to the same P.O. box.
That's right.
And I regularly see him at the post office.
That's a great post office, isn't it?
They're kind of expensive. They're like $65 a month for the smallest one or something.
Oh, I don't know. My wife handles all that part.
Right.
but, yeah.
So
Sugar
you
mama.
two have met. Rosie, have you met Dan?
I have met Dan
So everybody's
at the Comedy Store.
knows everybody. So that's good, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good start.
That's good. You want to go? You want to rehash last week? You want to talk about your feelings after the show, or?
I reached out and I contacted Max and Dylan, and we're gonna have them back on and probably discuss it somewhere down the line. You know, I could have handled it differently. You know, I lost control of my emotions a little bit. And no one got shot. No one got stabbed. And, yeah, it makes you feel good. I think the cylinder on this chair is. I put it all the way up, and now it's
turning
going
into a
down.
lowrider.
Yeah.
Sound effects needed.
There we go.
Wow. Well, today's Tuesday. Thank God it's Tuesday. Some of the things that happened on this day in history in 1976, 22,000 people died. Go ahead.
I have a question real quick. I see you're back on Instagram.
No, that was just a picture. That wasn't.
Oh.
A video.
That's what Instagram.
That was like a little teaser. That was like a little teaser. We want you back. Thank God it's Tuesday.
Thank
Why-
God
God
it's
it's
Tuesday.
Wednesday.
Why aren't you doing it?
I love all that
I'm gonna.
stuff.
I'm gonna start again soon.
New season?
Technical difficulties. Yeah, it's hard to explain.
He's got to rub the fuzz off his camera.
And so there was an earthquake in Guatemala and Honduras in 1976 that killed 22,000 people.
Oh my gosh.
That's a shaker, huh? We could use a shaker like that here, and everyone would be able to get on the freeway and get where they want to go. Rosie, do you live far away? How long did it take you to get over here?
It took me 15 minutes. I live north of the studio,
Wow, in Burbank.
Burbank adjacent.
Dynamite. And how about you? No, I always wonder how far they have to travel. I know you're close by, Darren. Dan, where did you go? Where did you come from?
I'm right by Universal City, so it was really quick.
Wow.
Okay.
So that's good. That makes me feel good when people don't come a long way because did everybody shower before they came here?
I showered for this.
I always like to shower. I shower.
You know what? This sounds crazy, but I actually ironed my shirt and then I threw the sweatshirt on underneath, which is stupid because I'm probably
You said
Overneath?
underneath.
Are you a dad?
I don't know.
I always shower. I shower before I go to sleep. They say that you should do. You get a good night's sleep that way. And they say I always shower when I wake up, and I always shower after I defecate. If I have access to a shower, I'll do
every
that.
time.
Every time.
Yeah, are you into this Wim Hof style of taking cold showers? Do you take cold showers?
No. I only take cold showers after I see Esther Koo. Esther Koo's videos, and I take cold showers.
Has
Holy
anybody
cow.
tried that yet? Trying to take a cold shower, or have they taken one
I
recently?
take a warm shower and then I final rinse cold.
The final rinse cold.
Right.
What's the technique you're talking about?
Well, I think you're supposed to like
the whole thing.
take a whole thing, but maybe you know what though? Maybe it's like to build up to it. You're supposed to take like a regular shower, then like you said, rinse off cold. But then I remember the heat was for whatever reason the hot water was off on our shower in December. I took an entire 5-minute cold shower, and it's crazy. It really does wake you up, and the breathing.
You ever not flushed the toilet for a few days?
I've done that.
No.
Throw a few cigarette butts in there.
That's what they say in LA,
What
right?
is that again?
During the drought, they said if it's brown, flush it down. If it's yellow, let it mellow.
Ew.
Remember that?
You're right, though, Rosie. Before
Were you about to call me Esther?
The Asian invasion, watch out! Why were you late, by the way? I was wondering about that. You held up the show for a
I
little bit.
know. I'm bad. I guess I was on
Was
Asian
it? Did you
time.
come from Uber, or did you drive your personal
I drove my personal car.
personal vehicle?
It was just me being late. I was being disrespectful.
Is it an Asian? Is it an Asian manufacturer? Your car?
It was. It's a Toyota.
Toyota. What a shocker. No, but you're right about the shower. Before you get out of a hot shower, you want to do cold, because then your body adjusts to that temperature, and then when you get out of the shower, you're warm.
That's right.
So that's a
That's
good
a
point.
technique.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, people want to take a hot shower and they get out and they wonder why they're freezing when they get out.
Cold.
Because you're stupid. You don't know anything about your body. Go get another Red Bull. You need the energy, you idiot. I was thinking about that on the way over. God made, I don't want to say God. I don't want to offend anybody. But God made this world so sophisticated. Every creature, every bug, it's like, it's so high tech. It's unbelievable. We're so high tech. And these clowns running out I need an energy drink. I need an energy drink. Like, you don't think that your body has enough energy by itself. 1789, George Washington Thanks to the Electoral College, was the first president of the United States, 1789, on this day, February already, February 4th. 1941, this is good for you. You were part of the USO. You entertained. You did some shows, didn't you?
I did.
Today's their birthday. 1941, the USO started. That's the United Services Organization. And that organization was started to entertain the troops because,
Darren's been too.
Darren?
But not like you. I've not been to the Middle East.
Where did they send you?
All United States.
They don't trust you overseas.
The National Guard tour.
I swear, I've only been.
Redneck don't have a passport, huh? Redneck not going out. I love America. There's enough to see in America. I don't need to go overseas. America's a beautiful place. I don't need a passport because I'm not going anywhere.
Hey,
How many times can you look at
Canada?
the
I
Grand
went to
Canyon?
Canada. I went to Canada and I've been to Mexico.
So you do have a passport?
yeah.
Did you ever do that, Brian? Did you ever do USO?
No. I volunteered at the airport, but I gave wake-up calls, helped people with their luggage, Kept the guy from barfing near the soda machine at 2 in the morning.
Did you tell them about your shower tips?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. And in 2004, on this day, Facebook was born.
Oh my gosh.
Can you
Feel
believe
old.
that? Mark Zuckerberg. And now he's controlling. He's like an evil. He's like a mannequin face. He's something else. Anyway, I want to interview both of you. So
Both? Which ones?
everybody in the room.
Okay.
And I want to, and I'm going to do some items of interest, and I won't take long. Redban knows when to cut me off if it goes too long, and then we'll press on with the interviews. I want to thank everybody for being here, and I don't feel too bad because you didn't come too far. So you hate to hear somebody, I came all the way from Thousand Oaks and I took a shower. A Detroit man who successfully sued his employer for racial discrimination says his bank called the police on him when he tried to cash his settlement checks. Santorio Thomas, 44, says a teller at his local TCF bank asked him, "Where did you get this money?" and called the cops. Thomas is now suing the bank for racial discrimination.
Did you say ask him or ask him?
What you said, Redban. You're going to start kicking me in the balls right in the beginning of the show, huh? Don't give these guests any ideas, okay? Let's see how long it'll take for you people to stop making fun of me. Anyway,
there he is.
people call the cops too much. Years ago, you called the cops when somebody was bleeding or something was really Today, people call the cops for the stupidest things. Stop calling the cops unless you really need the cops. The cops are busy enough. Jeez.
What's this guy's name? That looks like Orlando Jones.
I must have mispronounced it for sure. I got his first name right.
Yeah, that's it. Orlando Jones.
No, I
If
got
he
his
actually
last
drank
name.
All that 7-Up.
See, the problem is his last name should be...
Santori Thomas.
Yeah, his last name should be his first name. It should be Thomas Santorio, not Santorio Thomas.
Sounds like
They
an
got-
Italian name, Santorio.
They must have filled out the
Santorio
birth certificate
Thomas.
wrong. Oh.
That's probably why they asked him questions.
After Barbara Heller, 76, accidentally fell 7 stories from the window of her New York apartment, but survived by landing on boxes of fruit and vegetables that cushioned the impact. It's quite amazing, said husband Charles, that she survived after he pushed her. Now, how do you do 76 years old and fall off a balcony? I mean, I guess when you get old, it's like the terrible twos or the terrible threes. When you get to be older, you're like a toddler. What did she climb up there or something?
She learned it from watching Looney Tunes.
Jeez, I guess she's a loony bin. She's lucky she wasn't killed.
Wow. I feel like I just fell.
7 stories without a parachute. Oh, look!
She
look.
survived?
Big balcony. Yeah,
That's
fell,
crazy.
She fell on a crate of fruits and vegetables.
At that age,
They were on their way to a disco.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
look at her. She
At
looks
that-
like she didn't survive.
At that age, all the bones are already mush anyway.
Look at her.
What are you gonna bring?
Stay away from the balcony, you old bag. You get away from there.
That would have been cool to see.
The fall.
This guy's eating his own dog food. This Mitch Fedorov, co-owner of a Texas dog food distributor, announced he's eaten nothing but his own products since January 1st. Fedorov, who lost 20 pounds, says his favorite dog food is our Ancient Grains ocean fish flavor, at least from a kibble standpoint. Oh, there he is. What an idiot he is. I hear he's shitting in the backyard now.
He doesn't look like Mad Max at all.
Look at him. He thinks he's going to be able to lick
why
his
is he
balls
doing
if he
this?
keeps...
It's great advertisement for his company.
What an idiot.
Dinky D is the name of
Yeah, we're
the
talking
food
about it.
company.
Oh, he owns a pet food company.
God, what-
Have you ever had dog food before? You ever try it?
Yeah, I went to McDonald's the other day.
No.
Hey-o.
Okay.
I took a shower for this.
And ironed your shirt.
You
Put it
guys,
overneath
You guys
the-
chime in whenever you want. Chime in whenever you want. I thought I made that clear.
Are we gonna be quizzed on this? I feel like I'm not paying attention at all.
Multiple choice.
Only the
Seven
Asians
stories.
get quizzed on this.
7 stories. Fruits and vegetables. Land on boxes.
Orlando.
After
Santori Thomas.
police ticket in Arizona man for driving in the HOV lane with a fake skeleton in the passenger seat to fool the cops. The skeleton was wearing a camouflaged fishing hat.
And they didn't see the hat.
There he is. There he is. Trying to pull the fast one. He's the funny guy at the bar. He's got a lot of funny things he's doing.
Why? If you're gonna do it, why wouldn't you just do it right? Like, just do a mannequin. Like, he wants to be caught.
Or a sex doll.
His name is Norman Bates.
Yeah.
That's his mother. Sorry.
O.J. Simpson is suing the Cosmopolitan Casino in Las Vegas for damaging his reputation by banning him for being drunk and disruptive. The casino responded that it couldn't possibly have tarnished Simpson's reputation because, well, he's a convicted felon, widely believed to have knifed his ex-wife and her friend to death.
That's not OJ.
Yeah, but he's not drunk.
There he is.
Sure, I'm a murderer, but I'm not a drunk in a casino.
In Vegas.
Cosmopolitan. After a Methodist church in Minnesota asks members over the age of 60 to worship elsewhere for 18 months while it tries to woo a younger congregation. After all, Reverend Dan Weatherstorm explained, Jesus said we are all called to reach new people. I don't think so. What church would tell people to go elsewhere? Yeah, Jesus wouldn't tell people to go elsewhere. These
Depends what race the people are.
These Methodists, I don't
Dan
understand.
Weatherstorm.
Did you just Google church?
Oh, so what's this about? Church.
Darren? Feel free to chime in, Darren. This is good for everybody that takes airplanes. You're on the road a lot, huh, Rosie?
Sometimes.
The Department of Transportation proposed rules last week allowing airlines to restrict passengers from flying with pigs, cats, rabbits, birds, and monkeys as emotional support animals. The days of Noah's Ark in the air are hopefully coming to an end, said Sarah Nelson, president of the Flight Attendants Union. Don't mess with those flight attendants. Pet owners were increasingly abusing existing policy, and the number of emotional support animals on commercial flights surged from 481,000 in 2016 to 751,000 crazy people. 751,000 people that can't just get on a plane and be without some kind of support. Rent a car, will you? I mean, flying is stressful enough, and you got people bringing animals on board. Not everybody's into animals. Not everybody's an animal. Not everybody's a dog person. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Not everybody's are you a dog person?
No.
I'm not even a person.
Don't say you
We should start banning people from the airlines.
Yeah. It's
You
ridiculous.
named other things than dogs, though. You named like 20 different crazy things.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, a lot of people are allergic to animals like cats or dogs and
Right.
stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like
when your eyes start watering
yeah.
and sneezing, it's the worst.
And you're eating your peanuts, and the dog is staring at you because it wants peanuts. You know, give me a break. Under the new guidelines, airlines will prioritize service dogs trained to perform tasks for disabled people. The rules also limit passengers and 2 service animals that are required to fit within their owner's seating area. So that's some good news.
Why would someone need 2 service animals?
Oh, they got 2 personalities. They're probably bipolar or something. They think they're Jack and they think they're Bob all at the same time.
Let's be honest, though. Most people don't even need them for emotional support. It's just they want to bring their puppies.
And the stupid
on
doctor
the road.
tells them. The doctor goes, go get yourself. And everybody does exactly what the stupid doctor says. If the doctor told me you need to get a support dog, I'd say, you know what? You need to shut up. You know? And find another doctor. Don't be so quick to do everything your doctor says, you know? The doctor, people put doctors on pedestals. All the doctors right now are getting drunk at USC right now.
They're just trying to stick something up your butt.
Yeah.
From China.
Hey, you know what? When we put these on, we kind of look like doctors in the beginning of the show.
I went to the hospital my sister was getting another chemo treatment in Philadelphia once, and I put on my white doctor's coat. And you should see the way they treat you. People treat you when they think you're a doctor. I used the women's room, you know, because I had to go. It was a single-use thing, you know. If there's nobody in there, what do I care?
Right.
And no one would said a word, you know. If I didn't have that doctor's coat on, they would probably have been calling the security, you know. And everybody smiles at you, and everybody's complimentary. It's a doctor, a doctor, a doctor. This is for you, Rosie. This is what we were wearing the masks for. Fears were growing this week that the new SARS-like coronavirus could spiral into a global pandemic as the number of cases continue to multiply inside China and abroad, despite Beijing's unprecedented efforts to contain the disease. More than 6,000 cases of the respiratory virus thought to have emerged from a live animal market. There you go with your animals again. Market in the central Chinese city of Guanghu, have been confirmed so far in China. The experts believe the actual number is far higher. Of course it is. At least 133 people have died from the disease, which can be transmitted from person to person and has surfaced in 19 countries, including the U.S., Germany, Japan, Australia. To stem the spread, Beijing has made happen the largest quarantine in human history, putting more than 50 million people across 17 cities on lockdown and closing public transportation systems in schools, streets, and stores in Guanghu. Home to 11 million people are deserted. It's just a ghost town now, said John McCrory, an American teacher in the city. Wow. Well, hopefully it'll get a...
Where do they think it came from? From eating a live animal? Is that what they said?
I'm sorry, Redban.
Well, they were fully prepared for a pandemic, but a pandemic was beyond their reach.
Exactly.
A pandemic.
Dan, I'm going to write that down, Dan.
You get a writing credit on the special.
Look at this guy, age 102, Bob Vollmer, Vollmer. He's finally ready.
Stop!
He's finally ready to put his feet up. After 57 years working as a land surveyor, Indiana's oldest state employee will start his much-delayed retirement next week. A World War II veteran, Vollmer joined Indiana's Department of Natural Resources in 1963 and has spent the past 60 years traversing the states, collecting technical field data. He says he plans to spend his retirement working on some projects for his great-grandchildren and possibly one for himself, too. Might build me a new swimming pool or something like that.
Survey says.
Wow, 102. This is a good one. This is what gives a lot of people, lazy people, feel. This will make you feel even lazier than you are. This one here. Don, you've had
Darren's had enough.
Darren, have you had enough of this podcast already? What are you doing, Darren? It's been 2 weeks in a row. Somebody walked out. Redban, block the door.
Actually, I think he sharted or something because he just kind of, you notice how he
just
kind of
ran.
ran out.
I told him if he was going to leave, he better run.
Maybe he's got that irritable bowel syndrome
maybe he's
problem.
got the corona. We're worried about Rosie
He was
and the whole time.
coughing. He was coughing.
He was coughing.
God.
Wait a second.
I hope he's okay. I hope he's not okay. I don't know. I hope
Putting that mask.
Darren, we have a thermometer for you.
A South Carolina man who is paralyzed from the waist down has set a new world record for the fastest marathon run in a robotic exoskeleton suit. Adam Gorlowski, 33, completed the Charleston Marathon in 33 hours and 16 minutes and 28 seconds, 3 hours faster than the previous record. His battery-powered skeleton propels his legs forward while he uses his upper body and a pair of walking poles to maintain his balance. It's exhausting work, said the gentleman. Hands were numb for days after the race, but he's delighted with his feat, saying, "Your adversities will never define who you are." I don't think that's him.
He's going quick, though. I don't know. Overall types of terrain.
Redban is on today, huh?
I think Darren left.
I hope he's okay. I'm not going to go check on him without putting a mask on.
He's building himself. He's got to put tissue paper in his underwear now.
Here's another earthquake from Turkey. Rescue workers pulled survivors from the rubble in eastern Turkey this week after a magnitude 6.7 earthquake shook the region, killing at least 41 people and injuring more than 1,600. At least 45 people have been dug out from collapsed buildings, including a 2-year-old girl and her mother, who were trapped. When they pulled them out, they said this wasn't as bad as watching The Irishman. A video went viral in the country of a Turkish woman and her husband thanking the Syrian refugees they dug them out in their home with his bare hands. The quake has sparked a bitter online debate over Turkey's poor construction standards and its lack of earthquake preparedness. Critics may be punished. See, in Turkey, if you speak up against the government, you'll be punished. So, there's Turkey. I'm going to need a urine sample from you before this is over. The chief prosecutor in Auckland has opened investigations into 50 people for making provocative, bad comments on social media. And this is provocative.
Clear cell.
Oh, yeah. And here's some proof of some more global warming here. This is some more bad weather down in Brazil. At least 62 people were killed and more than 30,000 forced from their homes in southern eastern Brazil this week after a torrential downpours triggered flooding and landslides. A state of emergency was declared in 101 towns and cities in these hard-to-pronounce places in Brazil. Brazil's second most populous state, nearly 7 inches of rain fell in just one day in the regional capital. Holy cow.
Do you like watching the weather, Brian?
Oh, I love watching the weather.
Brazilian weather,
what's
too.
the temperature? I don't know, and I don't care.
Is this Celsius?
Oh, my
It's Brazilian
wow.
weather.
Oh, my God. They have surgeons that make the butt like that. They can get the butt lift, they call it. Yeah. But first they have to bronze the, what do they call it? Not bronze.
Brazilian wax?
What do they turn it white? They bleach. First they
Bleach,
have
yeah,
to bleach the bunghole because once they make that lift, they'll never be able to get down there with the bleach again.
Is this a type of podcast that once I get hired on SNL, I'm going to get fired?
I'm pretty
No.
sure.
No.
I was thinking that on the way over. I was like, yeah, this is probably
This is a
gonna
pretty.
help
This
me.
is a pretty.
This will haunt me.
This is
if
a pretty
anything,
safe podcast. Don't I keep it pretty safe?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't want to.
You said bunghole instead of butthole.
You just said bleached bunghole.
So there's
Very
terrible
PC.
rain down there in Brazil.
Very
So
PC.
hopefully they'll be okay. This is a guy that's getting in trouble over in the college here. This is a distinguished Harvard University scientist was arrested this week and charged with lying about his lucrative work helping China gather foreign research talent and intellectual property. Charles Lippert. Can we bring up Charles? Lieber? This character, chair of Harvard's Department of Chemistry and Chemical Biology, is accused of hiding from investigators and the university that he earned. No, not him, but
Close.
hiding from the investigators university that he earned more than $1.7 million from China for participating in Thousands Talents Plan, a government-funded research program that reportedly aims to exploit foreign research. The gentleman, 60 years old, was generally hired up to a salary up to $50,000 a month. Is that him, Redban?
Yeah.
He's going to jail now. Can't do that. $50,000 a month. And just think, you think that's a lot of money? $50,000 a month. Charlie Sheen was getting $100,000 a week.
Even more than that, I think. wasn't
Yeah,
it?
with the parking pass and everything else. All right, Tara. Did everybody take a shower before this podcast?
Oh, yeah.
Are you okay? Why did you leave? Everybody was worried about
I had to
you.
use the restroom. I had coffee and water, and I felt like I wanted to,
And water.
I wanted to relieve myself so I could have undivided attention.
All right, but everything's, we thought you
This is a weird chair because I want to look at you, but then the TV's directly behind me,
Right.
so I'm trying to.
Well, we'll do something about that next time, Darren.
Okay.
So he's going to jail. Say goodbye to him. Kiss your wife, and that's it. You can't do that. You've been caught. A mysterious man has. This one I think is BS. A mysterious man has been living in the rafters of an Auburn, Washington grocery store despite repeated attempts by police to catch him. Store employees have often heard the eerie sound of footsteps above them, and a startled worker once saw a man's leg dangling from the ceiling. Police have employed infrared technology and a K-9 units to search the rafters, but though they've found evidence someone has been up there, the mysterious lodger has continued to elude them.
It's Chuck Mangione.
We spent probably 4.5 hours up in the rafters trying to hunt this guy
I don't get
down.
that
So
reference.
the
I like
police
that guy. He's a horn player, right?
Yeah, it's a King of the Hill reference.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's.
I didn't know. Did he have an album called Up in the Rafters? or
No,
something?
there's just for some reason he lives inside of this mega grocery store.
Oh, really?
That in Arlen, Texas, for an episode that ends up getting blown up.
Wow.
Oh, so this is probably bull. Unless it's one of those guys from that
Video,
movie.
though. No, I think he's inspired. I think he
remember-
was inspired by Chuck Mangione, as many people are, but this was for his.
Brian, do you play
grocery
music
store
on this podcast?
Oh, we played Bad Ashley in the beginning.
Oh, I was going to say, do you remember Chuck Mangione had that hit song?
Oh, yeah.
I can't really do it, but it was like that horn.
Oh, it's that famous song they play over and over again.
Yeah. It was like an instrumental that was a hit record.
This is baloney, I think. What do you think about this one, Rosie?
I'm ready.
That there was a guy
Oh,
living
this one?
Yeah.
The guy living? That's cool.
I don't know if I think he must be pretty small. I mean, maybe he's like one of those.
I thought you were like ready, and then you were gonna give me another one. The guy living in the grocery store stealing?
It's probably real. It's probably real. He's probably
Yeah.
It's a lot of
probably
space.
found a little hole somewhere that he comes in and out.
Maybe it's one of the characters from that television show Land of the Giants.
No.
No.
Well, maybe he's that size, and that's why they can't catch him. That's an old television show. It's on TV now.
Oh, really? It's an old one. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, it exists.
I feel like that kind of stuff was easier
didn't make
before
that
there was
up.
cameras.
Yeah, Land of the Giants. I don't particularly care for it because I don't want to see little people.
Oh, really? That
No,
was
he
cool.
looked like the guy from the grocery store looked like a full size person.
Did you know? Did you know about this
But it was a
television
big
show?
grocery store.
No, I've never seen.
You
this.
never knew about this
Is
television
it like
show?
70s?
What is it?
God, what are you, 14?
That looks amazing. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's the worst CGI.
They run into problems with animals and humans.
Oh, this is like 60s.
Just like real
Yeah,
life.
yeah, this is crazy. Look at the hairdos.
I would totally watch that.
Yeah, this seems
Oh
fun.
no, it's
There's a
turkey again.
Spiderweb.
You watch a show like this, you can start masturbating. Really, it's terrible.
Oh, man. Now we're not going to get on SNL.
This is
Sorry,
totally the podcast where
we
we're
got it
getting
done.
banned from SNL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the fruits. Look at the animals.
Wow.
Look at the fruits.
Land of the Giants.
That's what Hollywood was at that time.
A South African man has broken his own world record for pole sitting.
I could beat him.
Hey,
Harvey
speaking of the
Danger.
Super Bowl halftime show,
Byron Kruger, Vernon Kruger, Kruger, 52, has spent 67 days so far perched in a barrel mounted on the top of an 80-foot pole, enduring the incredible tedium and even a few moments of terror when lightning struck his barrel.
wow.
This looks pretty chill, though.
Still, he has no plans yet to come down. I'm fed up. I've had enough, he said, but I've got to set the bar higher for the next guy. No pun intended. So I guess this is the idiot for today.
What is the purpose of pole sitting?
Just to like break a world record, right?
People
Climax.
People want to just. People want to excel at something. People want to be the best at something. I guess. I mean,
Guess it's been a thing for a long time. I've never even heard of pole sitting.
pole
So-
sitting.
They do it in Baltimore.
Do you like cats, Rosie?
No.
Anybody? Any
musical?
cat lovers here?
Yeah, I like cats.
Oh, you do like cats, huh?
I like it when I don't own them. You know, I don't mind them. You know, people say I hate cats. Well, if you don't own one, what do you care? How can you hate something that's not in your life?
It comes in my house and drinks my milk.
A British couple has won a 4-year legal battle to ban their neighbor from feeding their wandering cat. Jackie and John Hall were upset and distressed that their handsome Maine Coon Ozzie spent long periods away from their home, so they installed a GPS tracker on his collar. The trail led to the house of a local landscape gardener, Nicole Lisbrill, who they claim spent years grooming Ozzie, feeding him, even changing his collar. The Halls got a court injunction banning Lisbrill from feeding Ozzie or taking him into her house. Lisbrill, who's dropped $26,000 in legal fees, argued that Ozzie was a sentient being. Sentient being. Thank you, buddy.
Gotcha.
Wow, that was a big word.
That was. Look at them. Look at
There's
the
a
way
girl.
they're getting along.
When Ozzy was asked for a quote, he said, "Oh."
Who ate where he wanted, what he liked. All right, so that's the cat story for today. Everybody can be happy. We're almost done with the items of interest, and I want to hear all about my guest today. And
Tell you all about my shower.
Yeah, I'm so glad you came, Rosie. Even with this, coronavirus and everything, you're coming out of the house and you're not staying in. And Jessica Simpson remembers when she hit rock bottom, said so and so and so and so and so and so. It was Halloween 2017, and she and her husband, former NFL tight end Eric Johnson, were driving with their daughter to a school assembly. It was 7:30 in the morning, and I've already had a drink. Simpson, 39, writes in her new memoir, later that day, Johnson asked if I wanted to help the 3 kids put on their costumes. All right, I don't think we have to talk about it.
Sounds pretty rock bottom to me, though. I don't know if
Anyway.
I'd be able to live that way.
She drank a little bit too much and it got in the way of her family, and she stopped drinking now. She's on top of the world. She cooks now, she cleans, she changes her underwear. And look at the happy family now. And she's sitting next to Queen of the Daytime.
Dan Madonia.
That's my talk show.
Wow. She's
Are you
doing-
sure I have corona?
Yeah, I mean, Darren's coughing. And
No,
he's
I get-
running to
Yeah,
the bathroom.
Should we put our mask back on?
Get this tested. Send it to the lab. Send this to the lab.
No
Let's see what
switcheroo.
we got, huh?
But it was just went down the water
Yeah.
and the coffee.
Yeah.
The 6th cough.
You got to get used to that coffee taste. And then I chew some gum.
I don't drink coffee.
Where'd you get gum?
You want some gum?
No.
I'll have.
I'm
You
just
all should
curious
have
where
a
it
mint.
comes from.
You all should have a mint on your microphone
I
stand.
have a mint.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I ate mine.
I need one.
I'm going to take it.
I found one in the urinal. Hey-o.
As long as you wash it off.
Rosie doesn't get that joke. 'Cause
I do.
You do get it?
I do.
She spends a lot of time at urinals.
This is a Kobe
Are you
Bryant.
talking about the urinal cake?
Yeah, what is up with that?
It's
the deal with you?
What's the deal with... That's the worst kind of cake. Urinal cake. You should use that.
That's how I knew my last wedding wouldn't last. She wanted a urinal cake.
The Washington Post newsroom was in an uproar this week over the brief suspension of reporter Felicia Michaels. No, Felicia Somonez for sharing via Twitter a story detailing the 2003 sexual assault allegations against Kobe Bryant. Hours after his death, she tweeted, "Any public figures worth remembering in their totality. The tweet was met with thousands of angry responses and death threats. And when she relayed screenshots of them, her editor put her on administrative leave, saying her tweet showed poor judgment and had undermined the work of her colleagues. But she was reinstated after more than 200 post-journalists signed a letter to management expressing alarm and dismay over the suspension. I almost fell asleep reading this one. The letter conceded it was a crazy time for her to be discussing the charges against Bryant, but noted that she herself is a survivor of assault. So she was an assault survivor, so that's why she took it so personally, perhaps, and was out of line by bringing that up, because Kobe Bryant is not a rapist. You're not a rapist if the hotel desk girl comes up to your room. I've done some research, I've talked to some friends, and a rapist, that would upset a rapist if the rapee came to you. See, a rapist, they like to the stalk. They like to the surprise. They like to weaponize the sex. They like violence. They like, the hand against the face, the back of the CVS parking lot late at night, or maybe a barren escalator, maybe a mailbox bank. So this is totally false. Totally false.
You'd be a good lawyer.
Rapists like to go inside, perhaps open windows, and a rapist would never. You would scare a rapist away if you were a woman and.
Willing?
Yeah, it would blow the whole rapist MO. They wouldn't know what to do. They'd probably call the cops on you. So, just like I don't believe.
911, what's your emergency?
Well,
I'm trying to rape this girl, and she wants it.
of course, that's just my opinion.
Rosie, get yourself involved in the sketch.
Rosie doesn't want
Definitely keeping my mouth shut on this one.
I want to bring up a movie that any movie that Gene Hackman is in, you should see. This one is
He's retired.
Right, 90 years old. He's retired in 2004, I think.
After Welcome to Mooseport.
And this is this was a 2002 movie, The Royal Tenenbaums.
Oh, great movie.
Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson's storybook style hit a peak with this star-studded comedy about a family of eccentric geniuses reunited with their deadbeat patriarch with Gene Hackman and Angela Houston. Angela. Oh, God. Angela Houston. So if you're looking for a movie that you haven't seen, check out The Royal Tenenbaums.
It's great.
Gene Hackman. Every movie he's in is just great.
One of the best actors.
I'm such a big fan of Gene Hackman. We should, instead of making that, what's the guy's name they want to put in movies that's already dead?
Tupac Shakur.
The guy with the Porsche into the tree.
James Dean.
Paul Walker.
James Dean.
James Dean. Instead of making a clone of James Dean, make a James Dean of Gene Hackman. Do another French Connection 3.
They can CGI their faces like in The Irishman.
Wasn't Gene Hackman also in that Superman movie with Richard Pryor?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
He plays Lex Luthor.
That's right.
And all three of those Supermen.
Wow, we got an intelligent cast today, I tell you. The two movies I want to bring up, one is called The Assistant. This is another one about just a workplace kind of nuttiness with bosses and young impressionable women and how they handle it. I guess that's all I want to say about The Assistant. I don't want to upset Rosie.
From Ozark.
I don't want to blow
I
Rosie's
know.
chance.
Is this a knockoff of The Secretary?
Whoa.
It's sort of like The Secretary, and it's also a little bit about that one, the Bombshell.
Okay. So it's like James Spade.
She's being told to do a lot of things. She's young. She's impressionable. She doesn't know whether she should tell or not tell.
That's the guy from Succession.
And won some awards for some.
They're all on TV shows.
And
And now they're in a movie.
now she's upset.
Together.
She doesn't know what to say. She's cleaning her dish in the kitchen. People are leaving the dirty dishes for her because, take my coat. Thank you, bitch. Oh, my God. Women can be real mean to other women. It's terrible.
That's the actual dialogue from the movie.
What are you looking at? Take these water bottles to the conference room. Now.
That's probably what the movie's like.
How
I don't
you
know if
doing
I should
today?
tell people that
You want
they
to go
can
out to
take
dinner
water
tonight?
bottles.
Look at the way they're just harassing
That's
her.
disgusting, but you and I will let
People
down
need to
again.
quit. When you're in a job that you don't like and people are treating you poorly, you just need to quit.
All right. Good night, guys. Bye.
No, this episode we locked the door from the inside, so no one can leave this week.
Brian, what was the worst job you ever had? Did you ever work fast food?
I had a job on Long Island where it was around Christmas time. I was in a department store. In hindsight, it probably would have been a good job, but I'm not a rapist. And anyway, my job was to.
What?
Well, I'll tell you what the job was. The job was to sit in the fitting room at the Macy's, and women would go in with the clothes that they wanted to try on, and they'd give me this cardboard thing, and that would then I'd know how many garments they brought in there. I don't think I did that job more than.
Did the women ever come out and be like, "How does this look? Do I look okay? What's your opinion?" That kind of thing.
No.
Can you help? Can you help me zip this up?
Can you help me zip this up?
No, they were older women too, and
Can you help me pull up my stuff?
that was a pretty crazy job.
Hey, young man, you want to come in here and help me change?
Loosen my girdle.
I was a fluffer on a porno film, and that was the lousiest
did? You were?
job. Yeah,
But
You remember what the film was?
my job was
What
to,
type of fluffer? Which side?
My job was to wash the models.
Wow.
Yeah, I did that for a long time. No.
Did you have little cards that said the number of penises that they had?
like Jiffy Lube, like you get a punch
You've
card.
had 3
How about
days
what was the worst job you had, Rosie? Okay, thanks. How about you, Dan?
Hospital.
Oh yeah, hospital. You just feel like you're gonna get infected
Yeah,
any
and
second,
You can't call out sick.
and
either.
people want to leave. People want to leave.
What were
Yeah,
you doing
oh,
at
yeah.
What were you doing at the hospital?
Environmental services.
Oh
That
wow.
sounds horrible.
It
Whatever
was
that
horrible. It was horrendous.
That's why you knew how to put the mask on.
Exactly. Yeah, I used to have to put these on all the time.
You ever in the hospital when somebody wants to go home and the guy's yelling, "Let's go, let's get out of here," and he just keeps repeating himself over. You're not going anywhere, buddy. Let's go home. I'm out of here. The other movie I want to talk about is our friend Nicolas Cage has got another B movie out. Color Out of Space. Color Out of Space.
movie 2.
The best
Nicolas
movie, if
Cage.
you like Nicolas Cage, the best movie is Raising Arizona. That was a comedy that I loved. I really loved that
a
movie.
great movie.
The baby! The baby!
Son, you got a panty on your head.
That's probably his best work. Otherwise, it's kind of like acting school acting. I think it doesn't resonate with anybody.
That's not how you spell that.
But I have a friend who can't stand Nicolas Cage. So whenever he's in a movie on television, I take a photograph and then I text it to her.
Perfect.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could hire Nicolas Cage just to show up at her house.
There he
he's
is.
he has the IRS again after him, right? He needs money.
He's available. I hear. We can get Nicolas Cage.
Is he
we
doing
can
ca-
tell him it's a film.
You think he's doing cameo? Doing cameos? where
Maybe.
they-
It's direct-
celebrity shout-outs?
It's
whatever.
directed by Kitty Green. And Kitty Green's eerily effective new workplace drama. Oh, that's the wrong movie. That's The Assistant. I'm sorry.
Oh, this is Lovecraft.
Nicolas Cage has found his natural habitat, said so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. The latest midnight feature built around the one-time Oscar winner. What did he win an Oscar for?
This looks like Are You Afraid of the Dark?
What did Nicolas Cage win an Oscar for?
10,000 Miles to Graceland, I think.
Wow.
It's 3,000 miles to Graceland.
There he is.
He's not in that. No.
See, the problem with these movies, they need a big name to get producers to want to produce it.
What was that movie? Was he in a movie with Angelina Jolie where he was like having sex in a race car?
Oh,
Gone in
within
60
3 seconds or
Gone
something?
in
3
60
minutes?
seconds.
Yeah.
Came in 30 seconds.
There
Brad
was
Pitt.
Tommy Chong.
Brad Pitt must have turned this down, so they had to keep going down the list.
They had Tommy Chong. They
Wasn't
couldn't get
Nicolas
based
Cage
on-
the one that like turned down like Back to the Future or something? There was some big movie that he should have done.
He was pretty good in Con Air, wasn't he? In
Oh,
Con
yeah.
Air.
Yeah,
Con
Con
Air's
Air's great. Love that.
I
It's
think
a
he's
terrible
o- I think
movie,
he's
but
okay.
I love that movie. It's
No,
horrendous.
he's all right. He's a good
My,
actor.
I
my
don't
name's Poe. I killed a man outside of a bar and fight. I'm just trying to get home.
Okay, let's talk about the Grammys. Who is this Billie English?
Eilish.
Billie Eilish.
Man, she
love her.
she cleaned up.
That's an Ali Makovsky character.
She cleaned up.
It really is.
But I don't know why she has to put that green paint on her head. Why can't they just sing? Why do they have to look like
She said it's
Crazy people.
natural.
natural green? She just cleaned
She's young
up.
too, right? She's like 17 or something.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
are
Yeah, I
actually
believe she was
Elton John's
homeschooled,
hands
right?
in
She's like 18 years old or
1976.
something.
There she is.
She does remind me so much of Allie.
Look at
at
those
those
fun
nails.
nails. Yeah, witch
You could do
nails.
so much coke on those nails.
Those are Coke nails.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you're winning Grammys. That's how much coke you can do. That's what it takes.
I wonder if she's got her tonsils out yet. Jeez.
They don't do that anymore.
No, because they found out that the tonsil is what keeps you from getting an infection.
Yeah, it's the eyelash for the throat.
Right.
Wow.
Wow, that's
And
a
then-
beautiful sentiment right there.
The viruses or the foreign objects hit those tonsils, and then it sends your immune system a message on how to
Yeah.
fight it off or determine that there's been an invasion of foreign virus.
See, you are like a doctor. Especially if you had that on.
Dr. Holtzman?
The
Dr.
so they're not
Holtzman.
taking the tonsils out anymore.
And that's extreme emergencies. I've been trying to get my tonsils out for the longest time though, because I used to get strep throat like
I'll do it for
Like-
you.
twice a year.
Why- You're
Dan
going
will
to the
do it
wrong
for you.
places.
Yeah.
Ice cream was the
Gases.
big selling point of that, right? All the
Yeah.
kids are like, I get to eat ice cream. I have to. I'm told to. Doctor's orders.
Yep.
All right,
right.
we're almost done here.
I feel like the list is getting longer.
Google received more than 750,000 requests for. I don't understand this one. Maybe someone can explain it after I'm done reading it. Google received more than 75,000 requests for data from law enforcement on nearly 165,000 accounts worldwide, with 1 in 3 coming from the U.S. With so many requests, the company has begun charging a fee: $45 for a subpoena, $60 for a wiretap, and $245 for a search warrant. Now, what does that mean?
I think Google's getting in the information game, the selling your data game. I think that's what it
Yeah,
means.
pretty much they're
Right.
not doing it for free anymore. They're gonna like 'cause
So
they're-
I can call. I can request my arrest thing.
Yeah. But like
From
for
Google?
the personal information, they're going to charge people. Like you used to be able to do that for free.
So I can get my police record. Can you get your mugshot too?
I got all my mugshots sent to me when I was 18.
How did you do that?
When everything was expunged from my record,
And they just
I
gave
got
it to you?
Youthful offender status.
Oh, you
and
were a
they
juvenile delinquent?
Yeah,
You put pennies on a train track?
I did.
You had sex in the back of a
What
car?
kind of delinquencies?
Lots of delinquency.
Did you live in a grocery store in the ceiling?
I stole a 280-pound statue of the infant of Prague.
And your parents are in your parents are in show business, are they?
yeah.
Step parents.
Step parents. See, that's
Yes.
wit. See,
Yeah.
these Hollywood children from Hollywood celebrities, they're the worst in society. There's no. I'm sure you're okay
Yeah,
now.
I
I don't
was
want
a
to.
Hollywood child
You,
living in
uh,
upstate New York.
Did you kill anyone? Did you rape anybody? Kill anybody?
No, didn't kill
Force
anyone.
What
anybody
other
against their will?
crimes? What other crimes?
Just grand theft. That was it.
That was the only one?
Just grand theft. That could get you hung. You just stole somebody's horse.
The
Stole
statue.
somebody's
Or
car.
statue.
It was a statue. And
Where do
I
you think that came
apologize.
from? Was it you had all this energy and you
Did
didn't
you
have
know we had?
an outlet
Did we
for
know
it?
we had a jailbird in this podcast? I thought you were going to screen these people.
You get a check for having ex-cons on here. But it's
Oh,
okay.
I hope so.
yeah, we're helping out the community.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
This was upstate New York. You
upstate
criminal?
New York. I
What part? What part up there?
The theft happened in Walden, New York.
Was it a vehicle?
Statue.
No, it was a statue.
Oh, a statue.
It was a statue.
Was it like a prank? Were you like,
Yeah,
look what I did?
I thought you were talking about. I'm a terrible listener. That's my problem. I can't fucking listen.
I picked up the
Excuse
statue.
me. Block that F word.
I picked up this white marble statue. It weighed like 200 pounds. I brought it to a friend's house. I put it in the front seat of their car and was like, I need you to come pick me up, and had a laugh about it there. Then I brought it over to where my high school was. And
It was better than the skeleton.
yeah,
with
exactly.
the hat.
And I put it on my high school's front steps, not knowing that the next day was senior prank day. Which was a
You would
big
have just
thing.
done a prank anyways.
Yeah, I was just doing a prank unbeknownst, and they put the statue. The seniors came in that morning and saw the statue sitting there, and they were like, "Oh!" And they took it and they put it in the principal's office. And then when the principal was like, "You have to get rid of this," they just took it and they threw it in the backwoods of the school. And then I got in trouble because it was damaged when it got thrown into the backwoods.
Now, how did they?
of the school.
I don't know if you probably. Sorry if you already said it. How did they know it was you?
A guy ratted me out.
A snitch.
A snitch. I got snitched.
Irish.
Yeah. Yeah. A Rooney. His name's Rooney.
Irish people. That
He was
Irish people
Look
are
at that.
bleeders, and they snitch a lot.
Was there a
yeah.
reward for it? Is that why he snitched, or he just?
No,
thought he was gonna get in trouble?
he got picked up for something else, and he was just trying to get.
Oh.
Well, I know this guy that stole a 200-pound statue.
Yeah,
That's what happened with the whole college scandal with that chick Becky from Full House.
Yeah.
Someone else, this like stockbroker guy got caught for financial, and he's like, "Oh, I'll snitch on these college cheats."
Yep.
Wow.
Somebody's always.
How much
trying
trouble
to-
did you get in for doing that?
I went to county for 3 days, but I was in solitary, like all by myself.
Wow,
Because you were so young.
That's a
Red band.
Wow,
And
that's
they didn't
pretty
want you
harsh,
to get, like,
right?
butt
Are
raped.
there,
That's a crime.
are there meters outside?
I was gonna go to
parking
General.
meters. Okay, you're okay. No parking
I
meters.
feel like that's a harsh crime. I mean, I feel like what they did was
Well,
pretty
it was
harsh.
because it was grand theft. Like
Oh.
initially, that was what I was booked for because the statue is valued at
Thanks,
over
Dan.
$3,000.
Dan, we
Oh, wow.
Dan, we can't talk about this more than a certain amount of time.
Okay.
We can come back to him
It's
after
on the next page of your items of interest. If you just keep
So
going.
is that the last time you stole anything?
no.
Oh,
Definitely
damn.
You didn't learn a lesson?
Oh my God.
Definitely.
Darren,
not,
can you hold
no.
my purse?
What purse?
Where is your purse?
Americans are projected to inherit $764 billion this year and will pay an average tax of just 2.1% on that income. For married couples, the first $23.2 million of an estate is tax exempt. And then the rich can funnel more to their relatives,
The rabbits.
tax-free, using trusts and other complicated strategies. And you wonder why this is. We talked about why this is. This is because this is the way they want it. You know? This is the way they want it. The people who make the laws are the ones that want it this way. When Warren Buffett's secretary pays more in taxes than Warren Buffett, it's because this is the way they want it. The average ticket price for this year's Super Bowl is $7,000.
Oh,
With the
I
cheapest
can get it for
up-
cheaper now.
with the cheapest upper deck seats going for $4,750 on the NFL Ticket Exchange. Hotel rooms for a 4-star location in the Miami area cost an average of $880. So what a game that was. That was a good game. Everybody enjoyed that game.
A lot of people are getting these girls shit for the halftime show.
I thought it was a great halftime show.
She's hot. Both of them are really hot.
What do they
Both,
get?
there's like 7 girls there.
And-
Both of them are really
Why
hot.
are they giving him a hard?
I don't know. I just,
A stage with 8 girls. Both of them are really hot. What about the dudes? They got horns.
Shakira.
That's hard to do.
Those guys are sure horny.
You got to put your legs the same way the other dancer puts their legs. It's not easy. You've got
The guy on the left, he plays it up
to
to the camera.
I couldn't even march in the Air Force. They had to keep me in the barracks. I couldn't even keep from hitting the guy in front of me's foot. Imagine how hard this is. He lifts his right arm. You lift your right arm.
Why? I feel like it's fake news. Why are they always complaining about the halftime show? Like when Janet showed her boob, they're like, "Oh my God, it's not family friendly." It's like it's a halftime show. They always have skanky.
Yeah, nobody can
outfits.
just say it was a nice show. Everybody has to have a grievance.
Why does
Everybody
everyone
has to have
grievance?
a problem with it.
It's because you're mixing jocks and people that like sports with,
Girls going,
culture
"La, la, la,
and
la, la, la,
entertainment.
la, la."
Yeah.
We live in a,
Oh, look at the wristbands. They all got those wristbands.
People are like, Mad Shakira was doing her little tongue thing.
Who is that now?
That's Shakira. Shakira. Her breasts are small and humble, so you don't confuse them
Oh,
with
she's
mountains.
doing a surf. She's what do they call that?
She's Andrew Yanging it.
What do they call that?
Crowd surfing.
Crowd surfing. Wow, look at her. At least she won't get
Oh, and then
hit.
she's gonna do the tongue thing after this, I believe.
Darren, you're very
Somebody's
well-versed.
getting a goose.
It comes right after. It comes right after the crowd surfing.
How many times have you watched this, Darren?
Here we go.
Oh, the honeymoon tongue thing. Oh my God. Hi, honey, I'm home. Oh, I got something for you. Oh yeah.
Wow.
I had a hard day. Oh.
I guess that's a thing.
I feel like that's just like a neener.
It's supposed to be like a Lebanese tongue
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
but-
it's like actually like a.
There's a word for it. I like. Yeah.
It's like calling the terrorist.
The terrorist. Or the cat.
60 healthcare companies and trade organizations collectively spent $309 million on federal lobbying in 2019, up 9% from the previous year. That includes $120 million from the pharmaceuticals trade group to pay for 450 lobbyists. Wow. A lot of money being spent. It's almost over, guys. Feel free to break up into individual groups. Boeing reported a loss of $636 million for 2019, its first annual loss in more than 2 decades. The company put a total cost of its 737 MAX crisis at $18.6 billion, more than double its previous estimate. That includes $8.3 billion in payments to airlines for undelivered jets. Wow. Unbelievable. Rosie, you love this podcast. Huh? You're having a good time. I'm happy you're happy. I really am.
I'm having a great time. It's great.
I really am. We had big problems with the person in that chair last week.
Uh-oh. What happened?
Nothing.
Was there a fight?
Wells Fargo's former CEO was fined $17.5 million and agreed to a lifetime ban from the banking industry for his role in 26 sales scandal.
Stump?
Sales scandal.
No, the CEO.
What was that? What was the question?
Is that his name? Stump?
It'll probably be at the beginning.
His name is. I don't know what
You know what? We should start from the beginning of this section.
Oh, here it is. It's,
No, go back 3.
John Stumpf.
Is that Stumpf?
Yeah. Now, why would anybody? I know if you got a mortgage with the bank, it's kind of hard to get away from them. But if you just have a savings account or a checking account, and you've Wells Fargo cheated a lot of times, like 3. Why would anybody still bank with them? I don't understand. Wouldn't you go in there and say, I want to close my checking account, my savings account? I want to go to Chase.
I need to, but I've been with them for so long.
Oh my gosh, are you banking with them?
Oh my God! How can you stay with them? They're out of control. They were
Also
opening up.
with Wells Fargo.
Oh my gosh, guys, you guys are part of the problem.
They're just, they haven't done anything to me.
Not
I
yet.
just got my settlement.
Darren, did Darren have to go already?
Yeah, I think there's something. We should go to the toilet cam and see what's going on.
Yeah, toilet cam.
I think Darren has coronavirus.
James Garner.
I hope he's going to come back and at least say goodbye. Good. So I just don't understand why people wouldn't just get away from those people.
I don't know. Why don't you ask these two?
I like to be hurt sometimes.
This is one for. This is one for
another one.
This
Let's
is-
take a break. Let's take a break.
It is going long.
Let's take
let me
a
see.
break, babe. Let's move on and have some fun. Let's have a lot of
all
fun
right.
now.
All right.
This is too much.
Yeah.
You really don't like it, huh, Rosie?
Let's have
Darren's
fun.
had
Let's
to
have
take
fun.
two
Darren's-
water and coffee
Darren's
breaks.
going to the bathroom too many times now.
All right. Let me. Well, some of these I have to do because
Darren
my
weighs
listeners
7
really
pounds
like
lighter
them.
than when he came in.
Darren, what's
Darren,
going on with you, man?
You got a coke habit or something? You're going to the bathroom.
It's more than Andy Dick.
All right. I'm just.
He goes to
I
the
do have to
bathroom
go.
for that.
I'll finish it up quick. Oh, you got to go. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry about that. I really do.
Thanks. Thanks.
All right,
Thanks for coming over. All right.
Bye, Darren.
Darren Carter, check out his podcast, Pocket Party
remember you.
podcast.
Bye, Darren.
Yeah, Pocket Party Podcast.
And he has a new video on YouTube right now. Check out.
Thank you.
All right. We lost the Python,
Thank
Jerry
you, everybody.
Jones. Thank you, Darren, for coming over. We lost Terry Jones, 78 years old, from Monty Python. I'm going to go real fast, Rosie. I wanted to read something about Kobe.
I think Darren is like, I might get kicked off of SNL if I get hired. I got to get out of here.
Oh, yeah, we're almost done.
No, he forgot his flashlight.
This is wisdom and wit. Politicians are wedded to the truth, but like many other married couples, they sometimes live apart. Very good. Whatever people in general do not understand, they are always prepared to dislike. The incomparable.
Incomparable?
Incomprehensible.
Incomprehensible?
Incomprehensible is always the obnoxious. Hell is boiling over and heaven is full. We're chained to the world, and we all got to pull. Some musician, Tom Waits.
All right, next. Let's do this. Come on.
Self-consciousness is the enemy of all art. Self-consciousness is this is for you guys. You guys are in the entertainment business. This is a good one for you guys. Self-consciousness is the enemy of all art, be it acting, writing, painting, or living itself, which is the greatest art of all. It's a good one.
Beautiful.
Who said that one? Was that Stump?
Anthony, author Ray Bradbury.
Beautiful. What art?
The belief in a supernatural source of evil is not necessary. Man alone are quite capable of every wickedness. The first principle is that you must not fool yourself, and you are the easiest person to fool. Oh, that's a good one, Dan.
Tony Robbins?
Adam Egget. Don't get so busy making. Here, this is a good one for you entertainers, because I know once you start making those big checks, you just can't stop. It becomes too easy to make a lot of money, but this is a good one. Don't get so busy making a living that you forget to make a life.
Very sweet.
Dolly Parton.
Wonderful.
So go ahead, Rosie. I want to talk to you first because you seem to be in a rush
Darren's the one who left.
to talk.
Darren's the one who left.
Tell us about yourself now.
Darren Carter left. I'm still here.
No, what I mean is you wanted me to stop the items of interest. You were
I just meant that I felt like it would be more fun if we were interacting
right.
instead of reading. What do you think?
Well, mainly
This is your show. This is your show.
mainly this is for my listeners. There's a group of people out there that really like the items of interest.
I don't want
So-
to take away from your fans.
That's why I wouldn't do it if it wasn't popular. But we'll go ahead and listen to what you have to say.
No, I don't want to take away from your fans. I don't. I was
Okay.
just getting
Well,
a
it's
little bit
Impatient.
tired. And I felt that the vibe was also fatigued from other
Well,
people.
don't forget it's called Dead Air. Can I read something from Kobe Bryant? I'd like to read something from Kobe Bryant. I think this is a real nice thing. I think this is great.
Recently?
Yeah, this is the latest. A huge hole has been cut out of the Los Angeles. Would you like to read it?
He wrote this?
No, this is from my magazine. Would you like to read it, Dan?
I'll read it.
Oh, yeah,
read it.
thanks.
I will.
This is a great thing.
This one
Yeah.
is Quest for Redemption. All right. A huge hole has been cut out of Los Angeles' heart, and basketball fans worldwide are grieving, said Bill Plaschke in the Los Angeles Times. Kobe Bryant, one of the most revered athletes of his era, died this week at the age of 41 in a helicopter crash that also killed his daughter Gianna, 13, and 7 others. Over his 20 seasons with the Lakers, the 5-time champ and 18-time All-Star was idolized for his ferocious will to dominate, which continued right down to his 60-point final game in 2016. His maniacal perfectionism, said Jackie McMullen on ESPN.com, was both admirable and at times unsettling, and even teammates as great as Shaquille O'Neal found him difficult. I could never understand why winning wasn't the most important thing to everyone, Bryant once said. Why are you even here then? Bryant could come off as a loner, said Louisa Thomas. He grew up in Italy, where his father Joe played pro basketball and modeled his game after Michael Jordan's. The patented fadeaway jump shot, the ferocious acrobatic drives to the basket. The cerebral Bryant sometimes spoke openly about how he could be warped by his overwhelming competitive instincts. He didn't, however, like to speak about the 2003 sexual assault allegation by a 19-year-old hotel employee in Colorado. The case was dropped after Bryant paid off the accuser.
Because he's not a rapist. Go ahead.
She refused to testify. Around this time, Bryant created his Black Mamba alternate ego. Kobe became the flawed human being, while Black Mamba channeled his rage and darkness into devastating power, scoring an astonishing 81 points
81 points. Can you believe it?
2006 game. In retirement, Bryant returned to fatherhood and storytelling, said Jamil Hill. In 2018, Bryant won an Oscar for Dear Basketball, an animated short about the game he loved. He also created novels, podcasts, and a TV show to teach kids a championship mentality. He was deeply devoted to his 4 daughters and embraced women's basketball, perhaps in part because of Gianna, looked like a mini Kobe on the court. If you watched Bryant at his peak, defying gravity, said Charles Pierce, you can appreciate the terrible irony that he died in a fall from the sky. His life will be judged by how deeply people believe that he corrected his grievous fault through the life he lived afterward.
Wow, thank you a lot, Dan, for reading that. Yeah, he was quite an athlete. I'd like to see if anybody can contact you, Redban. I'd like to watch that game where he scored 81 points.
Toronto.
Can you see that on the YouTube or something? That would be if anybody who doesn't like basketball, watch that game, and you'll become an instant fan. I mean, everything he threw must have just went in.
There
81 points.
That was number one.
Some games, it's 81 points,
The whole game.
the whole game.
Yep.
Thank you. Look at this. Everything just, I mean, he was just a perfectionist. He's like, it's just, and the competition is so stiff. I mean, it's not easy. People don't realize how competitive these professional sports is. It's just unbelievable. So I can probably watch that on YouTube, you think?
Yeah, they definitely have it on YouTube.
The whole game?
NBA TV,
Oh, yeah,
too,
NBA
is playing it all the time.
Is that
now.
free?
I don't know.
NBA TV?
I don't know.
Thanks for reading that. I really appreciate
problem.
that.
I felt like I could help out a little bit in some way.
So what about you, Rosie? Tell us about your career. Tell us where you were born, if you want, where you grew up, what you think about, how long, are you native to, let's.
Are you native to somewhere?
I'm just learning to interview, so it's coming along okay. What a great shot that is.
Thanks, Brian. What kind of questions do you have? Why don't we interview Dan?
Okay. Dan?
You still doing your podcast, Rosie? Out of the Box podcast?
I do. I have a new podcast. I have 3 podcasts now. So I have a new podcast
Wow.
called Dirty Change with Tommy Pistol. It's a sex education podcast. Tommy Pistol is an adult film star.
Wow.
Wow.
Are you thinking about getting into the business?
No, Tommy's trying to get out of the business. So he wants to become a podcast personality. So he's the porn and I'm the funny. And we talk about sex.
I saw Ron Jeremy at the Rainbow again the other night.
Oh, yeah? Was he sleeping
was
in his
still
spaghetti?
He hadn't left yet.
So you guys can check out my new podcast, Dirty Change. It's really fun.
Dirty Change.
And
Yeah.
the other two? You want to talk about the other two?
I have another podcast called Out of the Box where I interview weird out of the box thinker people. And then I have a new podcast coming out called BJ and Rosie Save the World, but that one's political. So I feel like not a lot of people would be interested in that in the comedy world. But Dirty Change is really fun.
And where can we see you?
Dirty Change is on YouTube. If you guys want to, I don't think there's a link for my website.
Are you performing any place that people can?
Oh, you have a book? I didn't even know you had a book.
I do have a meditation book.
Wow, that's cool. Wow. You meditate, Brian.
I fall asleep. That's the problem.
I think that's called success in meditation. Honestly,
do you keep your eyes open or just cracked or all the way shut?
I close them.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Them. Yeah, but that's the one I'm promoting right now. Dirty Change. It's really fun.
52 weeks to meditation. I'll have to pick that up. Can I get that on Amazon?
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Yeah, and you got shows all over the place.
I know. I don't think that's updated though.
Oh, this is last year. Oh no, it isn't.
No, it's this year, but I don't think it's that updated.
Kick ass.
Party.
Dead air.
Now, Dan.
Yes.
Is that your
real name?
The name on the police report?
It's a Daniel.
So tell us your father, or one of your fathers.
One of my fathers.
Tell us who your father is now.
My father now?
A famous father. How's that?
My famous father is Eddie Brill. He was a longtime booker and warm-up comedian for the David Letterman show.
17 years. 17
What's
years.
your relationship with your dad? Do you have a good or bad? Because you said
we have a great relationship.
You said you took a different last name.
Yes, I did take a different last name, but that I never had his. So my father and my mother only ever had sex one time. They were never in a relationship or anything.
And by the way, Dan's mom is a porn star.
Yeah. Retired.
Oh
now
my
she's
God.
a truck driver.
For real?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, she got out of receiving. Now she's in shipping.
So you were the product of a one-night stand?
Yes.
With this gentleman?
Yeah, with that gentleman and my mother, and that produced me.
Wow. No wonder you were robbing cars and breaking into houses. You're a one-night stand adult.
Yeah. And I grew up.
He's a love child.
Upstate New York. He wasn't aware of me. He was not made aware of me until I was almost a teenager, in which I went to New York City to see him perform in Bryant Park.
Were you like, I'm your son?
Basically, like that was the deal.
Did he be like no? He's like no.
Like we didn't like it was
awkward.
It was awkward. Yeah. When
like the podcast we had last week.
Exactly. It was awkward. I go way back with that family. That's 3 generations together. Him working with Andrew, me working with Max and Dylan, and then his grandma and my grandma used to hang out on Avenue M in Brooklyn together.
So this is your natural father.
Yes, that is my biological.
What did he
father
say when you were like, "I'm your son"?
Hi. Like no, it was weird.
He wasn't
When
like
we
giving
met each
paternity
other,
tests?
Like, it was
The mother didn't. Your mother didn't tell him about you.
No.
And you wanted to see who your real father was.
Like no, she took me. My mom was there. She brought me to the show to see him. I went to, and it was during the day. It was Toyota Comedy Festival. He was hosting.
Where was that?
Bryant Park,
New York City.
In New York City, yeah. Like I took the day off from school.
Man.
He was hosting. It was Greg Giraldo and Judy
Did you wait till he
Gold
finished his show, or did you get him before the show?
Well, he saw.
That's a good heckle,
I kind of got caught. Like they saw me in the audience.
I'm your
It was
son.
very.
I'm your son. I'm your son.
It was very obvious that there was a child in the audience to all the comics. Like, what the hell are you doing?
How old were you?
I was like 12, or like
A young man.
Yeah. So everybody's
starting
like, you're just skipping school, smoking pot in the park with your mom. What are you doing? Like at a comedy show.
What a fascinating story.
But yeah, so
you guys have a relationship now.
Now we have a really we started emailing each other at that point, and then when I turned 18, I started going down to the city, and we started hanging out a lot, and I got to meet like my family and everything, and then I turned 21 and I moved to California and started doing comedy here and working at the comedy store.
Well, you got the gene.
And then, yeah.
Did he say, "Don't do it. Don't get into this horrible business"?
Never once. Never once.
Now, what made you take another name, another last name?
That was I was basically raised by another man, like from age
stepfather.
A stepfather, Milton Madonia.
You said you had more than 2 stepfathers?
I'm on stepfather number 4 right now.
So this is your mother.
Yes,
So how many times has your mother been married?
3 times.
Wow, she's she likes men. Yeah.
Does your mom want to do my sex podcast?
No, she's not in California.
So you have 4 stepdads? Mm-hmm. How cool is that? Which one do you like? Which one do you like the least?
The first one, number one.
Usually the stepdads, they don't treat, because that's not their, they don't treat them too nice.
No, stepdad number 1. Stepdad number 2 is the best. Well, the newest one's cool too.
Tell her
Like,
tell us their
I'm
first
an
names.
adult.
Who's the stepdad first name number 1?
Anthony.
Anthony was a dick. Yeah.
Yep.
And then who's stepdad number 2?
Milton.
Millen was the best.
Milton's whose name I took.
What did Anthony?
He was there from age 2 till I was 18.
Do you still
19
talk
or
with
so.
him?
Yeah.
Who do you have the best relationship with?
Eddie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, so let me get this straight. Stepdad number 1 is Anthony.
Yes.
He's a dick.
And how old were you with him?
While my mother's pregnant until like 1.5.
Okay,
Your mom
so
landed
you
a guy while she was pregnant?
Yeah.
Well, why would
Married him.
Why would you call him
And
a dick
everything.
if you were only 1.5? When
I from the stories I know.
Oh,
and
I see. But
everything,
he
like, that
didn't
like,
bother
and he
you.
wasn't. Yeah, not like I don't know.
So then,
Can you Google his mom? I feel like she's really hot. No, don't do it.
Don't.
So how about number 2? Number 2 is
Milton.
Milton was, how old were you with Milton?
2.
2 to when?
2 till I was about, like, they divorced when I was like 18, I think, or so.
Okay. And then who's stepdad number 3?
Stepdad number 3 is actually the current. I'm wrong on my number of stepdads, so it's number 3. It was Jerry.
Try not to lie, please.
Try.
Please.
Try.
You're counting.
Jerry.
You're
4
counting
dads.
Eddie as
I was-
number 1. You're
yeah,
counting Eddie as number 1.
Yeah, when I'm counting dads, it's 4 dads total.
4
but
dads total, 3 stepdads.
Yeah.
So Jerry's the last one.
Jerry's the last one.
And so you've been with Jerry for how long?
It's been 4
How long-
years.
how old were you?
4 years or so.
Okay.
now.
And is Jerry a cool cat?
Yeah. No, it's been 8 years now, actually. Jerry's a cool guy. He is in California, and he took my mom away from California, and that was great.
Where are they now?
They're in Tennessee. Yeah. My mom, after the divorce with Milton, she followed me. She came out here and, like, lived with me for a little bit, and then
Was
she
that way
met
too
Jerry.
much?
Way too much.
Where'd she meet Jerry?
She met Jerry through a friend from back home that were just friends. Jerry, turns out, was actually a musical rival with my stepdad Milton back in the day in
Musicians.
New York. Yeah, they were both, but
Your mother's a groupie. Your mother's a groupie.
basically,
Oh.
she's a groupie. She's
Well,
a
in a
witch.
good way, in a good way.
She's everything.
What's her
Like she's
first
Wiccan,
name?
or you're just calling her a witch?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
yeah,
she's Wiccan.
Yeah. She's everything.
What's
She's
her first
anything.
name?
Her real Jennifer.
Jennifer. Wow, what a fascinating story, huh?
Very fascinating.
What about you? Do you have siblings, sisters or brothers?
2 sisters, half brother.
Wow. My father had a half brother. His last name was O'Toole, and my, of course, last name was Holtzman, and it was because they married somebody else. Yeah.
I have a half sister, and when I took the name Madonia, I was entering into a family to become Madonia, and now nobody in my family has that name at all. Like my sister's gotten married now, and she's now Evan.
Does everybody
and
get
my
together?
mom's married somebody else, and she's now Gabriel.
Does
Like,
Eddie Brill have any other kids?
No, I'm his only child.
You're his only
Eddie
son.
knows of.
Yeah, nobody else has come forward and been like, "Hey."
Does everybody get together around the holidays? or
Yeah, what do you
something?
do?
Like
There's
the
like so many
different,
families.
the different. I try not to get together with anybody, like, but people get together.
When's
I
the
don't
last
know,
time you
like,
talked to Eddie?
just the other day, he sent me a picture of us. Because we used to do we every year we work together somewhere. Like
Yeah, you go on the road sometimes, right? With
like we either do the La Jolla store together every year, or we do Zanies in
That's crazy.
the Chicago area. We'll do.
And how long have you been?
Does he have material about you?
He has a story about me. I wouldn't say like jokes. Like he has a set, like a storytelling set he tells about me, but not in his material like I talk about.
How long have you been in L.A.?
Almost 12 years now.
I wanted to bring up something as well. I have my phone charger. Remember I talked about this on one episode. I was going to be away from the house for a long time, so this is great if you don't have one of these.
It's a great phone charger. It looks
solid. Heavy duty.
Like, yeah, you could.
It's very light. It's very light. You don't have to worry about getting an outlet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or somebody robbing you.
You
Like,
know,
you can hit them over the head with it.
If you're going, well, that would be your job.
Are you a regular on this podcast?
No, this is the first time.
Oh, I thought you were here last week. You made it sound
No.
like you were here last week.
I wanted to talk about something that some people, you probably had them. Have you ever had? Ever have mango slices?
No, not.
These are mango slices. If you haven't had mango slices, they're probably a product of the Philippines and Thailand.
Are they dry slices?
And they, well, I'm going to open them up. We're going to try them. But
All right.
these
Here
are
we go.
these are very, because I crave sugar, and I think everybody does. And this is kind of sugary, but at least it's a fruit and it's a mango, and you don't feel too bad, you know, as opposed to a Suzy Q.
CBD
But,
mangoes.
I think they're just regular mangoes. Yeah, they're just regular
Straight
mangoes.
mangoes.
They're just dried mangoes.
Yeah, these are
I've
dried
never had
mangoes.
dried mangoes.
If you hadn't had dry mangoes before, they are delicious.
Oh my God, I'm taking too much.
No, that's okay.
Oh my God, these are delicious.
You've had them before, right, Rosie? And yeah, just pull them apart best you can.
It's women owned.
And these are just a great snack. Look at that. Can you see it? Can you see the mango?
Yeah, it's great.
They come in all different shapes and sizes.
This
but
is delicious.
they're very thin.
Where do you get them at?
I got these at the car wash today on the way to the podcast, but you can get them in any bona fide store. And it's got a total fat of 0, saturated fat 0, trans fat 0, cholesterol 0, sodium 7%, 170 milligrams, total carbohydrates.
That's a lot of sodium.
Well, everything's got a salt is, and I just wanted to introduce this product in case anybody hasn't had mango slices. It's like candy, but it's fruit, so it's not that bad. Ingredients: mango, sugar, citric acid, sulfonyl dioxide as a preservative.
It sounds like a lot of chemicals.
Sulfur dioxide, just one for the to preserve it. Mangoes, sugar, citric acid. 5.75 savings.
Look at that. That's so cute.
Did you know mango is the most popular fruit in the whole wide world, too, by the way?
Really?
It's not an orange. It's not an apple. It's not
I would
a
not
banana.
think that.
It's a mango.
How many
Brian,
people
there's a
have-
lot of Asians.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
God, there
I would
are.
still think like orange would be the most popular, or apple.
So
Apple.
So you how long you been in L.A.?
12 years.
And how about you, Rosie?
15 years.
And where are you originally from?
I'm from New Orleans.
That's right, New
Nice.
Orleans. I saw the before you arrived late. New Orleans. Now, were you there during the Hurricane Katrina?
I was.
You were?
Wow.
I was living out here, but I was perfectly timed to go visit my family.
The redneck stop you from crossing the bridge?
No, but we did get, we evacuated to Baton Rouge, but we did get stuck. My uncle snuck back in to check on his business, and he said there was dead bodies floating everywhere.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
That's the hurricane that killed Houston because everyone went to Houston after that hurricane to live, and so you would go to Houston. It was just the homeless population was like
Boom.
500%, 1,000%.
I know everybody's giving the homeless people a hard time, but I don't know what the answer is to that problem. I mean, they're not living on the street because they think that's cool,
Right.
You know, they don't like shitting in the sidewalk because they think it's cool. It's just,
It's better weather.
oh yeah,
I just think if I was homeless, I'd probably would just move somewhere where you could buy an apartment for like $100 a month, you know, somewhere,
Like a third world country?
or just like
Definitely.
Tennessee or something.
If I was homeless, I'd definitely be headed south.
Yeah.
but once you're near the ocean, though,
Yeah, you don't want to go away.
you don't want to be landlocked.
Yeah. Or in a snowy place.
You don't want to be landlocked. Texas is a great state, but all they have is stagnant bodies, lakes. That's it. Stagnant bodies of water. They call them lakes. If you like lake, if you're a lake person, but I gotta have the waves.
Are you from New York?
I'm from Long Island originally, yeah.
Long
So
Island.
we're right near Jones Beach, and it's nice. And here in LA, the beach is close by, so the beach it gives you that feeling you can go down on the sand and swim out as far as you can, and then maybe you don't make it
Takes
back.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was homeless, I would live in the library. Why don't they live in the library?
No, they're in the library. If you go in the library, it smells of homeless people. That's
Isn't that like a nice place to live, though, if you're homeless?
Yeah, but it's not open 24 hours.
Yeah. You can sleep. Well, what about the post office? Sleeping in the post office at night.
It's also not open 24 hours.
Try it again.
The post office I go to is open 24 hours. The P.O. box section, the one I go to at Darren
Oh, yeah,
Park.
they're not going to let you live in the P.O. box section.
Somebody's gonna move you eventually.
Someone's going to move me.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
You've got no choices. You gotta find a good sidewalk somewhere. Gotta find a good sidewalk somewhere.
Wow, what a great podcast.
Brought to you by King Henry Private Reserve.
What
Mangoes.
else? What else? Rosie and Dan.
Dan, do you have your own podcast?
I don't. I don't have.
Do you
Are
like?
you the only comedian that doesn't have a
I
podcast?
really, yeah, I don't.
Do you like this?
I don't. It's not,
You don't like the mangoes?
I'm not a mango guy. I can say I don't like dried mango.
What does
I
it
like
make?
fresh mango. I do. I can say I like that, but that's
So
not
what
for
happened
me.
last week? Why was there like an awkward thing last week?
I don't know why anyway.
You got to watch the podcast.
He had a guest that didn't enjoy sitting through.
And it's
the
funny,
points of interest.
you were kind of losing patience with the items of interest as well. It's kind of maybe it's that seat.
That is the seat.
That's the seat where people
wasn't-
just say, "I've had enough. I've had enough. I've come here. What am I doing here? I took a shower to come here. I don't want to listen
First
to
of
you
all-
read."
First of all, I'm still here. Darren's the one who left. So
I
I'm
know.
being bullied. Second of all, I did not take a shower to be here.
Yeah.
I did not.
Came with that stank.
The
on
item-
it.
You never asked me if I took a shower, and the answer is no, I did not.
the items of interest. The items of interest are primarily for the listeners at home or at work, in the car. Can they listen to this in the car if they want?
Yeah. That's what a podcast is.
Use your directionals, please.
Wait,
Use your
how do-
directionals
how
when
do
you
you-
change lanes.
How
Yes.
do you know the fans are requesting this if you're not sure where they're listening?
Well, the input I get is they like to hear about items of interest. You know,
Where's the input coming from? From Brian Redban?
social media.
Yelp.
Any-
People are yelping. This
Anybody that
podcast.
contacts me, they say, you know, they don't say stop doing it. They say, here's a travel thing for.
I'm going to watch last week's episode.
This is a hotel in Thailand. Let's talk about the elephant.
Should I read
outside
it
the
since
room.
I'm
Yes,
Asian?
that would be great. There you go.
The Antaterra Golden Triangle Elephant Camp and Resort? Is that the one?
Oh yes, the one that's highlighted.
Okay. Let's see if I can do this. It's a lot of pressure. Let's talk about
English. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. You're not being bullied here. Oh, I gotta watch out now. After last week, I think I'm sitting on
I'm
eggshells.
totally being bullied. You're bullying me.
Oh,
okay.
God.
All right. Let's talk about the elephant
How
outside
come
of the
you don't
room.
like these? What is your problem?
Said
Not anybody can
Inigo
like
del
these.
Castillo in apartmenttherapy.com. Anna Terrace Resort in North. This is making me fall asleep. I'm getting so tired. Anna Terrace Resort in northern Thailand is home to 22 elephants rescued from city streets. Where are these talking points coming from?
This is my magazine, The Week.
Controversial. Do you publish this?
No, it's a magazine that I subscribe to, and I highlight things of interest that maybe my
This
listeners.
is so boring.
Well, we had a problem with somebody last week who just can't take it. They can't take just being. We had the same exact problem. What is it that's not boring? I don't understand what I can do.
Okay,
Am
all right.
I supposed
I'll
to just
finish.
like stand on my head,
I'll-
tell dick jokes for an hour and a half?
I'll finish.
Do we
I'll
need a
finish.
clown? Do we need to rent a clown?
It's just so hard to follow. I don't know who wrote this. It's so
Well, I'll take it back if
slow.
you're having trouble communicating.
I
that.
am. I'm having a lot of issues.
All right, pull this up, Redban. This is a
Let's get some graphics on this.
Elephant Camp and Resort, Chiang Rai, Thailand. You can see what this hotel looks like. It's pretty interesting. Okay. Let's talk about the elephant outside the room, said so and 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 so. An Natras resort in northern Thailand is home to 22 elephants rescued from city streets that now roam 160 acres of bamboo forest and fields. Recently, the resort, which is perched on a hill overlooking the Mekong and Rukha rivers, debuted as Jungle Bubbles. You got it?
Okay, so for some reason the visuals are very interesting, but the reading of it is like not as interesting.
Well, I don't know what to do. I can't bark. I can only speak English, and I can only read as good. I don't know. I have to question you because this is not the first time we've had trouble with guests with what I'm doing, and I want to know why.
So it's
what is it that you think that I should be doing that I'm not doing?
So what have the other guests said to you?
It's usually been. There's the elephant.
Very nice elephant. Very nice elephant.
And 20. I mean, I'm sorry you're bored to death. I mean, I don't know. Take your top off.
Hey, Dan, do it.
All right.
It's very cold.
I'm not being
Recently, the resort, which is perched on a hill overlooking the Mekong. See, by reading the items of interest, it keeps me from interviewing the guests. See how that works? Because when I go to you to say, hey, let's talk about something, sometimes that's when the dead air kicks in.
Right now?
Exactly right now. Okay. All right.
You know what? You're right. You're right, and you've taught me a lesson.
No, I don't want to be right. I want to be. I want to get along with everybody. I don't want any
I
problems.
don't want to
today.
be right. I want to get along.
You taught me a lesson. You're right.
Luxury suites and transparent living rooms where guests can watch roaming elephants,
Ooh.
then stargaze after dark. The resort also offers a bio
Terrorist organization. If you're interested in joining.
bio. Oh God!
Biodome.
Walking
starring
tour among
Pauly
the
Shore.
gentle giants.
You can
There they are.
nightly viewings of Biodome.
Oh, look, it's my mom.
Lady boy, cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha, lady boy. Get your tickets fast. This show will sell out at the Amazon Theater.
Why don't you like these?
They're not my slice of tea.
You know what? They taste like ginger slices.
Not into ginger slices either.
I'm not
Too
into
sweet for you?
Not into
It's too rich?
I don't like dried fruits.
Wow.
I
These
like,
are delicious,
I like
though.
it fresh.
You don't think that...
I respect you.
No.
For liking them,
No.
but it's just not for me. I'm glad that
Here's one that I
they're-
think
they're
everybody-
not being wasted.
I think everybody will be interested in this, Rosie, because you take Uber a lot, don't you?
I don't.
Okay. Uber is experimenting with a program in California that allows certain drivers to set their own fares.
Ooh.
Said so and so and so and so. The move is a response to the state's new AB 5 gig economy law, and the change is designed to help Uber make the case that its tech platform that it's a tech platform, not an employer, subject to California's new rules.
Pretty much just raised Uber's rates by about $5, I've found.
See, this is why I bring this up. Redban knows about all this stuff.
He does. He's
I used
very
to
smart.
I used to use Uber at least like 4 times a week, and ever since this new thing happened, it's been about $5 more. And so now I just use Lyft. It's like, why wouldn't I just use Lyft?
But wouldn't Lyft have to use the same laws?
You would
as the
think
state
so.
law?
You would think so, but whatever Lyft's doing is bypassing this whole thing because they're not doing it.
Lyft gets away with a lot more because you can ride one of the Lyft scooters in Burbank, but you can't ride one of the Bird scooters in Burbank.
Yeah, it shuts right off at the border.
Yeah.
There was a guest that talked about that.
That happened to me.
Just shut right off,
I
huh?
was like, what is up? Got on
so
the
weird.
bike.
Why is Lyft in like the transportation mafia?
I don't know. But
I think they're just doing something different. Like they're
petitioning the right way.
Redban, would you like another mango slice?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Are-
Do you like them?
I like them.
Do you
They're
like them?
wonderful.
I don't understand what Dan's hate for
I
mango
don't
slices are.
And look, this is a woman.
It's Chris Kattan's fault.
Woman
He made me
owned.
hate mango.
Woman owned. Woman-owned
Yeah,
company.
that's probably why Dan doesn't like it.
Women, I'm anti-women.
Woman-owned. So that's a company with like 500 women not saying,
They
speaking
still
to each
named
other.
it King Henry though.
Giving everybody the silent
I
treatment.
know. Shouldn't it be Queen something?
Yeah.
Why do I have to fill the printer paper? Why can't you fill the printer paper? It's your turn to fill the printer paper.
I'm
You
totally.
parked in my spot. You
We're
parked in my
women
spot.
owned, but we're gonna still put a man's face there. So
Why
they
is it
trust
King
us.
Henry? This is horrible. We need to message these women. Oh my God! It says women owned /TM. That means it's trademark, so it might not be women owned. It might just be a trademark that they bought.
Oh, they're using like fake women owned.
It's a women-owned mango farm.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Owned by
They
King
wash
Henry.
them.
It's a women-owned mango washing firm that is just
Awful.
out there
Awful.
washing your mangoes at terrible rates.
Uber drivers serving the airports will be able to set their own price up to a maximum of 5 times that of Uber's base price.
Is this still the Uber story?
The program will
Until
also
it's
let
done.
drivers charge lower fares opening. So Rosie, let's discuss this so we can alleviate this problem in the future. Maybe we got to tell the people that we asked to be on the show that if you don't like items of interest,
Maybe just having 10 items of interest every week. The top 10
I
items of
totally agree with Brian Redban.
But if I was a guest on the show, I just would be more inclined to just go with whatever's happening.
Yeah, I just think, honestly, what I think it is, I think after a while, it's just like when you're getting read to, you just kind of
Well,
stop paying attention.
I hate to say this though. I don't want to say this, but
I have a feeling you want
no,
to say this.
No one is. You can leave whenever you want. You know, if it just gets too much and you're too bored, or
Do you think that's why Darren left?
if you're too probably if you feel
Do
left
you think
out,
Darren had something else to do, or he left because he was getting bored?
if you don't like items of interest, I don't know. No, he said he had to leave. He's got his sick son at home.
Oh my gosh.
Corona. He's only feeding them coffee and water.
His son's got coronavirus.
And I have some things I want to hand out. I have a button for each guest,
Wonderful. Look at this.
and then I have some tickets to the Comedy Store if you need those.
Perfect.
And so, Rosie, do
Finally.
you want to discuss anything with us?
Are we ending the podcast?
Well, I'm giving you the opportunity. I think we're going to end the items of interest since I think they were pretty well already done anyway.
Wonderfully read.
So,
Do you got anything you want to promote or anything coming up, Rose?
I really just want to promote the Dirty Change podcast. So check out Dirty Change with me and Tommy Pistol, adult film star Tommy Pistol. We interview people about sex.
can you put Tommy Pistol up there? See what this character
No.
looks like?
Look, I can't. I've never seen him have sex before.
Just shows there.
Oh no, I don't want to see him have sex. Just his face. Can you do that?
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Why, you never seen his face?
I've never seen his dick.
Is that
Is
him?
that him?
That's him.
Okay, that's all.
I
Just
feel
so
like
we
I've
know.
seen him somewhere before.
Know what we're talking about.
Okay.
His middle name is Tripod.
I met him through the podcast, and I've actually never seen him do
Yeah,
porn,
yeah,
and I'm
right.
scared to look at it because
Why?
I'm
sure you have.
no, because I have girlfriends that do porn, and they've sent me stuff, and when I watched it, I got weirded out.
Aww.
Is it true that women who do porn are...
I have 3 or 4 girlfriends that do porn, and they sent me free stuff. Like, you want to watch my free stuff? And then I watched it, and I got freaked out.
Were they improperly touched growing up? Is
No
that why they
links,
do
like streaming links.
porn?
Possibly.
Some, but I think that's a stereotype too.
Yeah, it must be because that's what everybody says. It's like people who are overweight don't eat a lot. That's great.
Is that the dead air? Some girls just do it for money. They just like the money.
Yeah. Some people just want attention.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Some people get tattoos and some people do porn.
Sit on poles.
Exactly. That was a very good point.
See? Son.
So Dan, do you want to tell us anything else?
All right, I actually wrote down the dates so I would actually be able to do this.
Good.
correctly.
Very
So
good.
smart.
Take your time.
I'll be at Iron Fist Brewing this Friday in San Diego. I'll be next weekend. I'm doing Golden Gate Brewing in San Francisco. And then the weekend after that, I'll be in Houston at Sable Gate Winery, headlining all those shows. Oh, Twisted Sister Winery in Ma Bank. That
There's a
place
lot
is
of
awesome.
wineries.
I do breweries and wineries.
breweries.
Yeah, I'm a headliner on the brewery winery
Circuit?
comedy tour. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
good
what
for
I do.
you.
Dynamite. And why did you cut your hair? How long has it been?
Because
since
I was on the road for 14 days at one point, and I was just at the end of it just using hotel shampoo and conditioner. It killed me. It was because I have beautiful hair.
Yeah, beautiful.
I have beautiful hair, and it was killing me. And I got to the airport in Cleveland, and there was a place called Aircuts. It was a barber right there in the Cleveland airport, and I was ready to fly home, and I was like, I've got to get rid of all of this before I
it
go
was
home.
totally
maintaining it? Is
yeah,
that it?
yeah. And so I just sat there, and I got it cut off in the airport, and
You're gonna grow it back?
Yeah, it always grows back.
Redban shaved his beard off.
Have to do it once in a while.
Yeah, I go.
What was the
clean
longest your
shaven.
hair went?
I've had it down to like my nipples. That's
nipples.
I think that's the longest it's been. I got those early headshots. I experiment with the hair lengths and everything. It gets me a lot of acting work that way. I get to do a lot of different things.
I got my haircut today in Chinatown.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's only $9.
nice. I usually get paid to get my hair cut. That's usually the reason why I get it cut. Like I'll
How
do
much
For
something.
gigs.
Yeah, like I'll get booked
Like
on
acting gigs.
something, and they'll cut my hair.
Oh yeah, they always
Yeah.
ask you that question. Are you willing to cut your hair?
Yeah, and I'm always willing. And then you get to sign on the end of the day on your worksheet. Yeah, I got my hair cut, and then
And they pay you extra.
They pay you extra for that.
Fascinating.
It's nice. Yep.
Well, I want to thank you both for being on the show today.
Thanks.
Are you mad at me for being impatient?
No, I'm confused because you're the second person who's been impatient on the podcast. I can't understand why anyone would be impatient. This is Bad Ashley. This is a punk fusion rock group from Flushing, Queens, New York, and they've been good enough to let us play their music because, you know, if you play anybody's music without permission, they'll sue you. And so I'm trying to get them some exposure. They even said they got some gigs
Hey.
back east
Nice.
with people because she's got a beautiful voice, and I like the way they... Is this Sexual Intercourse Me song?
It's called Fuck Me, yeah.
Yes.
He was
Yeah.
trying to be PC, I think.
Yeah. I want you to get that job on Saturday Night Live.
This is the launching pad for that.
I think this podcast may destroy me.
Game over.
Well, have a good week. Thank you. Love somebody you don't know. Bye-bye. All right.